discovered this information that uses the tarot that basically speaks about things that are more sensual. So we have like the erotic meaning of the cards that I'm going to be referring to. And what I'm going to do is do pick a card. So this is going to be about the secret wishes of your, whether it's your partner or somebody you're in a situationship with, or somebody that you're going to, that you're interested in and that you're actually spending time with, whatever you describe time as. So this is going to be about what they secretly wish. And we're going to do 3 piles. And then you can pick a pile. And I will then let you know the secret wishes of your partner or your situation. So let's see. I'm going to use some little markers here for the different piles. Get them right. And I have here a butterfly for pile number 1. We have a ladybug, or some people say, oh, call it a ladybird, for pile number 2. And we actually have a rooster for pile number 3. So you guys look at the piles, take a deep breath, choose a pile, and then we're going to get going. So your partner, what he or she secretly wishes. So if you're in pile number 1, we are looking at, and we're going to just turn the cards and read. So card number 1 is going to be, are they currently satisfied, right? Card number 2 is going to be what they secretly wish for. Card number 3 is going to be, what should you do to spice up your life if you decide to spice up your life? Okay, so number 1 we have is, this is the Knight of Pentacles. And that's the cards that's telling us about their level of satisfaction, the Knight of Pentacles. So bear with me now, I'm just starting to use this, but I think it's very interesting and it's worth taking the time to do, right? So the Knight of Pentacles indicates to me here that they're patient, and they really, they're patient, and they like that. They like, you know, that foreplay before, and their feelings involved, and you know, there's a bit of caution in what you do, because you're really maybe even concerned about things like not being, you know, getting pregnant, that type of thing. So you want to just make sure that it doesn't become monotonous, right? You want to make sure that it doesn't become monotonous. So I would say satisfied. I would say your current partner, you're giving the floor foreplay and, you know, taking the precaution, they are satisfied. Now, the next is what they are seemingly satisfied. But if it's monotonous, right, what are they secretly wishing for? The next card we see is the Chariot. So we can guess what this Chariot is indicating to us here, right? So the next one is, so we have the first, I want to make sure you can see this, the Knight of Pentacles. The next we have the Chariot, right? So the Chariot indicates what the secret wish is for, because this is somebody who kind of likes a lot of foreplay, taking it slow, being cautious. The secret wish, not that they'll do it, but it says that they maybe want to be a bit more risky, maybe crazy and wild sometimes, and maybe take a little bit, like I said, take a little bit of risk, something that may be a bit more exciting sometimes, right? We know that this is the opposite of what we see the person is already. So every once in a while, maybe they like to do break out and do something a bit risky or something a bit wild. So what you'd need to do is kind of work with them to see how that can happen. The next card here indicates what should you do to spice up your life. And we have the King here, and this is the King of Wands. And the King of Wands, wands are all about going fast, being passionate, moving forward at speed. So this is indicating to me that what you should do to spice up your life is, like I was saying, I'm making sure that I get the interpretations right. So I'm actually looking at it, is making sure that when you are engaged in your activities the next time, where is this information? When you're engaged in your activities the next time, you're actually making sure that you add a bit more spice, because the King of Wands here is somebody that is wanting the partner to take the initiative. So yeah, he wants a bit more risk, but he'd prefer that you take, he would like to more take the initiative on bringing the spice into your life. Forgive the misinterpretation. He would like to take the initiative of bringing more spice into your life. Still enjoys that long foreplay to build up that passion and to build up that feeling that you need to release. Let's put it that way. And wants to make sure that you're satisfied. But with this, he'd like maybe you to take, if you are equally involved, maybe a little bit more of a backseat and let him lead the way all the way to bring in that little bit more risque part of or actions into your love life. So that's if you are number one. It's about somebody that normally is very careful. You're very careful, slow, kind of romantic kind of an action normally, and then really have a secret desire to try something a bit risky, a bit more passionate. Not that there's not passion already, but something a bit different. And this person would like to take the initiative, whether male or female, he or she. I shouldn't always be saying he, even though the card says he, there's a male in the card, but let's say a more masculine energy with their action, and you being a more, I would say, passive energy is what you can do to spice up your love life. So you'll know who he and she or the energies, feminine, masculine energies mean within your own relationship. So now if you chose number 2, the Ladybug, the first card that we have is the Swords, 3 of Swords. The second card that we have is the Ace of Swords. And the third card that we have is the Justice card. So let's go and see what these are. Because the first card indicates, are they satisfied? The 3 of Swords would mean, to me, would indicate that maybe your partner is looking for something more. It says maybe there is some bad feeling between you currently, whatever the reason is. And that even though you're being intimate with each other, the emotion isn't as it should be within the relationship currently, right? Or within the activity that you're going on with currently. That is what this indicates, okay? If you've chosen pile number 2. And so feelings, maybe this is somebody who separates sex from feelings. That could also be the answer here. We then have the Ace of Swords, and that would be what they secretly wish for, what they secretly would like to happen, right? And this indicates, it also indicates, having sex and not really emotion involved at the same time. And you could even have emotions in this case without having that pleasure, without pleasure. So an imbalance. There's something missing. There's not a connection, a full connection here. This is somebody that is knowledgeable, but just really not able to, they wish that they could bring more connection and more pleasure. Although they're knowledgeable what they're doing with it, what they're doing in the act, they wish that they could maybe bring more pleasure to it. And the thing is that maybe they don't have the ability, when you see this Ace of Swords, maybe they don't have the ability for that warmth or that emotion. So that is their wish to bring more feeling into it, more pleasure into it, to enhance it. But the thing is that the person could be he or she, whichever person it is, him, her, they, them, whoever it is, could not have the ability to do so. The next card we see here for you in pile number 2 is what can you do to spice up your life, is the Justice card. And the Justice card here tells me that it says, again, speaks about no emotion with the act that is going on, right? So it's about releasing tension or about having that physical feeling or that satisfaction. But what you can do is, you know, I would say, because this is a one that's a bit complicated. Somebody that maybe is a bit afraid. So the Justice card would mean balancing things out. This Justice card would mean trying to work with that person to understand where they're coming from and where you're coming from. It also would mean if you're doing this and then you're doing it routinely, but like I said, there's not a lot of emotion behind it, try to be more spontaneous. So that's the real key here. The understanding of each other and spontaneity is what you can do to improve, to do your best to improve your love life, your sex life, I should say, in this point. Whoever it is with, whichever an energy it is, and whether it's a committed relationship or otherwise. Okay, we have our next pile, number 3, with the Rooster. The first card we have is the Devil. The second card we have is the Two of Swords. And the third card we have is the Hermit. Okay, so the first card is what is it that your person likes, right? So this person, I can tell already, I can only imagine, is into some maybe unique types of behaviors, right? It says that this person may be a bit into things that are about satisfying the physical need that are not the normal kind of things. Maybe different types of positions, maybe different types of gadgets or techniques. It says that this might even, because the Hermit card is here, this might even indicate somebody that is about just obsession. So this could be somebody that you're really not even in something with, but they're kind of a bit obsessed. That's a possibility here also. But this is about exhibitionism, addiction to the act, or deviation, right? So that's the first. That is what it is like, or what the person is predominantly like, or what they're satisfied with currently, right? The next card we have the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords to me indicates here that the person would like, or is secretly liking, or would prefer, okay, this also shows somebody that maybe is there just not because of attraction, but because you are willing and they're willing. This also could again indicate somebody that is just obsessed, thinking about sex with you, but is not having any with you. So that's interesting. It could be even that you're in something long distance. So even though the person maybe would like to be involved in these things with you, you're too far away to be regularly involved with them. So again, this is a card of separation, whether in actuality because it's in their fantasy that they're thinking about these things, or in your relationship due to distance, or just due to the fact that there's no real connection there. This is more like a situationship, okay, for you guys with pile number 3. Now, the third card we have in pile number 3 is what you can do if you would really like to spice up the life. This last card here is the card that, again, that Hermit card that indicated that this could be just somebody that's a bit obsessed with you, but you're not really having anything with the person. And because we know what the Hermit card is, this indicates to me that what you can do is either stop having relations with this person, or make sure that you're not anywhere near the person if you realize that there is somebody that is obsessing with you and there's nothing really going on with them. You know, it's just an obsession. And this also says that you may be feeling you may be feeling uncomfortable, so you should remove yourself from the situation if somebody does have an obsession with you, whether you're actually involved with them or you just realize it's somebody that would like to have something with you but doesn't. Okay, so we see in the first one this person who normally is very careful, and that's their usual, very careful, very takes their time, and you have things that they're good with you. The person would actually like to spice things up a bit, and the person would like to be the one taking control to spice things up if you pick pile number 1. Pile number 2 indicates relations without a lot of emotion involved, because the person might not be capable of having emotion. And this indicates the fact that you could maybe spice things up by actually trying different things, maybe coming to a better understanding together to make things better within the relationship, or within the situationship. And this is something that might work and it might not work, because there is maybe an inability to have that full, well-rounded emotion, right? And the fact that the Three of Swords was the first card here, it also might indicate it might be because someone else is involved, right? That's if you pick pile number 2. Pile number 3, there's somebody that is a bit deviant or obsessed here. Maybe likes to try unusual things. Maybe both of you like to try unusual things, but the fact that the other 2 cards indicate that it's either a distant separation or even a separation of willingness to be together, or maybe even it's a fantasy in the person's head, but you're not really with them. This might be a situation that you would consider doing something else, like not being around. I'm not telling people what to do with their lives, but you know, that's what it indicates here. So I hope you all enjoyed that. I liked exploring this new way of looking at the tarot cards, and I'm using the Cameron Tarot for this reading because it seemed quite appropriate. I have a few kind of saucy tarot cards, and I'll be using them to do these kind of readings coming up. So if you like it, you let me know. And I have also other spreads that I will be doing. And also we can use this interpretation for love, and I have other tarot cards that are specifically about love, so we'll use those for that. Take care and have a wonderful day filled with health, love, happiness, peace, prosperity, and a lot of spicy activity. Bye-bye.